I'm Stephane Boltons. Today I'm going to show you a clip from a core knowledge building language arts lesson about astronomy. My goal is to showcase a few active engagement strategies and highlight why I teach content. Building content knowledge using evidence-based practices is important for many reasons. Retrieval strengthens memory and helps students connect new learning to what they already know. Active processing builds understanding through discussion, quick checks, and frequent student responses. Finally, knowledge supports writing because students acquire content and vocabulary to communicate with others. Now let's visit my first grade classroom and learn about the moon. We have 3 goals for our lesson today. We are going to explain why the moon looks different on different nights, name at least 3 moon phases, and explain what craters are and one reason the moon cannot support life. Let's get ready with some rapid retrieval. Earth orbits the blank. Earth orbits the sun. What tool helps astronomers study space? Go. Telescopes. Nice. Pictures made by groups of stars are called. Pictures made by groups of stars are called constellations. Nice. The Big Dipper has blank stars. The Big Dipper has 7 stars. Polaris is special because it stays in the blank. Polaris is special because it stays in the north. Yes, it's sometimes called the North Star. Exactly. Who said Earth revolves around the sun? The first person who thought that. Let's do a think, whisper, respond, because it may be hard to remember that name. So think about it first. I'll let you whisper it to your partner, and then we'll say it. Turn and whisper. Who said Earth revolves around the sun? Copernicus. Oh my goodness, I am going to add points. That is impressive. All right, so let's preview some of our vocabulary. Okay, eyes where? Eyes there. Tell me the sounds. And what's the word? Reflecting. Good. Reflecting means light bouncing off something. A lot of times you think about it like with a mirror, but all it means is we're going to put one hand up and say like light bouncing off of something. Okay. And the word that goes with that is reflecting. Okay. Everybody say it and do our motion. Reflecting. One more time. Reflecting. That means light. Here's the light bouncing off of something. That's what it means for it to be reflecting.
When you do this, you can do like stars falling down.
Yeah, but we're just going to do this because if we do the other, it might make us think of something else, like falling stars, shooting stars or something, or meteors. So we're just going to do reflecting. Like if we say the sun is reflecting on the water, that means the water is bouncing the light from the sun back. Here's another example. The shiny ring reflects light when I shine a flashlight on it. So when I shine a flashlight on something shiny like that, it reflects or bounces the light back off of that object. Let's read our next word. Eyes where?
Eyes there.
Say A. Let's do that one more time. And what is that word? Phases. Make sure you say a Z here. Do it one more time. Phases. It's not faces because that would be like what we have or clock faces. These are phases. Say it one more time.
Phases.
Good. Okay. Phases are the moon's different looks. They are called phases. So our motion for that, we're going to make a C shape like this with one hand, and then we're going to turn it into a half circle and then a full circle. So we're going to say phases. Yep, because we're showing some of the different ways the moon might look, and phases means the different looks of the moon. So phases. Okay. The moon's phases make it look different to us. Look at the moon picture up there and watch what phases might look like. Listen and learn. Are you ready? Here's what I want you to listen for today. What is true about the moon? And why does the moon look different on different nights? Now, you may already know some things about that, which is amazing, but listen up. You may learn some details you did not know before. The moon. Earth's closest celestial neighbor is featured in this photograph. What is this famous celestial body called? It's the moon. In fact, the moon is basically just a big, cold, dark rock. You heard it right. Although the moon sometimes appears to be shiny and bright in the night sky, the moon does not produce any light of its own. It is not a star like the sun, but just a rock. The moon is just a what? Rock. The light you see when you look at the moon is actually light from the sun reflecting off it. Where does the moon's light come from? Don't say it yet. Think. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to turn and tell your partner. Turn and tell. All hands. We're going to fill in the sentence. The moon's light comes from the sun. Nice. While Earth orbits, do this. While Earth orbits or revolves around the sun, the moon orbits or revolves around Earth. Can you guess how long it takes for the moon to orbit Earth? Now, I want you to think about it. We just said it takes the Earth 365 days to orbit or go around the sun one time. How long do you think it takes the moon to orbit or go around Earth one time? Think. You're going to make a prediction. Turn and whisper to your neighbor how long you think it takes the moon to orbit the Earth. Let's finish up. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to keep reading and let you find out what the fact is now. It takes a little more than, drum roll please, 27 days, which is about 1 month, for the moon to make a complete trip around the Earth. But the moon also rotates on its axis as it orbits Earth. In fact, the moon rotates exactly once as it orbits Earth exactly once. This remarkable feature keeps the same side of the moon always facing Earth. That means we never see the back of the moon when we look up in the sky. So there's one part of the moon we've never seen. Raise your hand if that's a new fact. You didn't know that before. About how long does it take the moon to orbit Earth? About, go. Month. To be exact, it's about 27 days. All right, we're going to name each phase. We're going to do it all together. Go. Everybody say it again. Go. Everybody say it. Go. Everybody say it again. Go. Everybody say it one more time. That's right. In a later read aloud, you will learn the amazing true story about real men on the moon. Not just lava lakes that look like a man's face, but actual men who traveled to the moon and walked around on it. How do you think they got there? Keep listening over the next couple of days and you will learn the answers. Stop and think. Okay, so we're going to turn and learn. So we're going to think. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds. You're going to turn. Then you're going to discuss for about 30 seconds. That's not a long time. And then you're going to respond all together. Okay, here's the first one. What does the moon orbit? Now I'm going to give you a sentence, and I'll put the sentence up here first, and you can use this when you turn and tell your partner. The moon orbits blank. Okay? So we're thinking. Turn. Share. The moon orbits Earth. Nice job. Why does the moon's appearance change? Think. Turn. All hands. Why does the moon's appearance change? Callahan? So now let's read our sentence and see if you can figure out what words are missing. It changes because we see different amounts of blank, blank. Think. 2 blanks. Okay, let's try it. It changes because we see different amounts of
sunlight.
I love that. That would make sense. But sunlight's actually a compound word. It's actually one word. And so think about the vocabulary word that means the light bounces off. What word is that, everybody? Reflected sunlight. Name the phases of the moon. Okay, we're all going to say it. Go. Go.
Crescent.
Go.
Half moon.
Go.
Full.
Awesome. Why is there no life on the moon? I'll give you your sentence frame. There is no life because the moon has no blank. Think. Turn. Share. All hands. We're all going to say it. You can put your hand down. There is no life because the moon has no
Atmosphere. Appearance.
And what's the word?
Appearance.
Good. Appearance, we can make like a frame in front of our face when we say it. Say appearance.
Appearance.
Appearance means the way something or someone looks. The way someone looks is their
Appearance.
and the way something looks is its.
Appearance.
So in our story it said the
Appearance.
of the moon changes depending on where it is in its orbit. So what changes about the moon? Its.
Appearance.
Does the moon's shape change? No. It's just a big, round rock. So it doesn't change, but it's. Everybody, please.
Appearance.
Its appearance changes. If you say that you approve of Dr. Kirkman's,
Appearance.
you mean that you like the way he looks. Did Dr. Kirkman's
Appearance.
look like his usual when you walked into school this morning? No, he looked like. That's right. But if you approve of Dr. Kirkman's,
Appearance.
that means you like the way he looks. Now, I want you to think about your favorite thing about your own appearance. And then you're going to turn and tell your partner. And I want you to use the word appearance when you talk to them. So you would say something like, my favorite thing about my appearance is, so think about that for a minute. What does appearance mean? How you look. So we're making like a frame, like your picture's in a frame, and that shows how you look. Okay? Think about your favorite thing about your appearance. All right, turn and tell your partner. Can you put it in a whole sentence? You can just say my favorite thing. You do have beautiful hair.
My favorite appearance is my ear.
Say my favorite thing about my appearance. Yeah. Okay. All hands. I want a few people to tell me their favorite thing about their appearance. In the whole sentence, my favorite thing about my appearance is... My favorite thing.
My favorite
thing
thing
about my
appearance is my hair. My favorite thing about my appearance is that I'm unique. My appearance is unique. My favorite thing about my appearance is my glasses.
We're going to do a listen and decide. Is this part of a person's appearance? And we're all going to respond together. Okay? So we'll either say, that is part of his appearance, or that is not part of his appearance. Or if we're talking about a girl, we'll say, that is part of her appearance, or that is not part of her appearance. Here we go. He has green eyes. Think about it. All right, go. That is part of his appearance. She is really smart. Think. Go.
That is not part of her appearance.
He looks stylish. Go.
That is a part of his appearance.
That's right. So your appearance can be about parts of your body, like your smile or your hair, but it could also be about what you're wearing, your clothes, your earrings, your jewelry. She is kind. Go.
That is not part of her appearance.
That's right. Okay, coming in for our landing, let's do some recall of some things we've learned today. The moon orbits the Earth. The moon's light comes from the
Sun.
A crater is a
Big hole.
It's called the Sun, Earth, and Moon Relay. So we have 3 roles in this little skit, we'll call it. We need a sun that's going to stand in the center and be still. And we're going to need Earth, and we're going to carry our Earth from up there, and we're going to pass the Earth around because we're going to have 4 people that are the Earth. And eventually we're going to add a moon that's going to orbit the Earth. Strong writing needs something worth writing about. Content lessons build shared knowledge and shared language, and active engagement helps that learning stick. Then, sentence routines help students turn knowledge into clear writing. That is the dual mission, learning to write and writing to learn. In our next video, I'll show how we used this content about the moon to practice our sentence expansion skills.